Path of Night, War of Ages is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages podcast set in the world of darkness. We're all friends, we're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. Content warnings can be found in the show notes. We've talked at our table about safety, comfort, and consent, both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect, we're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same. So listener discretion is advised. And so continues the War of Ages.
Last time on the War of Ages. The Coterie interrogated Roland, and Zorion provoked the Brujah into another frenzy. Alexios managed to talk Roland down. The Coterie journeyed far and made it to Tihuța Pass. There, they were met by the mysterious Malkavian Anatole and his bodyguard, Lucita. Zorion, when you hear her speak the words, you're reminded of the streets of Naples and the journey that would be your last as a mortal man.
Zorion remembers early evening, his first night in Naples. The city just beginning to come to life after the punishing heat of the sun. Even in this late winter, early spring, the weather in Naples just being gorgeous. But now that the sun has set and the streets are coming to life, Zorion finds himself amidst his very first carnival. And here in Italy, it is a celebration unlike he's ever seen before. Slung over one shoulder is an already far too drunk Diego. The two of them are wearing small masks that they got for just a few bits of coin from one of the street vendors. And the two of them are kind of laughing as Zorion carries his friend down the street. Diego, I think this will be a night to remember, my friend. But I'm afraid you're not going to remember much of it.
Oh, what? This place is perfect. We can never leave.
And the women. Absolutely gorgeous. This tavern looks like it might be a fine place to find some more of the wine. Come, lively now, my friend. You're not going to fare well in the Holy Land, not being able to put your feet under you.
Well, we'll see. He does not walk well, and will require you to shoulder him the entire way through the door. But as soon as he's through the door, he stands straight, and he waves his arms. Women, you are in luck. And he gestures towards his dear friend, yourself. I bring you the most beautiful man in all of Naples. Not much competition, but...
Just Naples. From here all the way to Iberia. None so fine as Zorion de Iruña.
In your drunken stupor, you almost miss a figure that turns your way. And because you by chance meet her eyes, you find yourself captivated utterly. And they are dark, filled with mystery, and enshrouded by long curling hair. And around those beautiful eyes is a mask of silver and beads. You catch the corner of her lips curl into a subtle smile, and you are drawn to her.
Zorion deposits Diego into the arms of women partying at this small spot.
To the amusement of Diego and the women, his face falls buried in the chest of one.
And Zorion, half stepping to the beat and dancing along to the music playing in this small tavern, beelines directly for this woman. Without asking, slides his hands over her hips, kind of gives her a little bit of a dip, and gets right close, mask to mask, and says, "My dear, there is only one woman I have ever seen who is being anything close to as beautiful as you. And unfortunately, she was a princess. Perhaps I can make your acquaintance tonight."
With perfect precision, she leans close so that you can feel her lips brush against your ear as she whispers to you. "You are most debonair, Zorion. I admit I'm impressed. Cousin."
A smile cracks across Zorion's lips, and he kind of leans back. "Lucia." Zorion kind of leans back. "Indeed, you are the most beautiful woman in the world. How could I have ever thought that there would be another woman in Naples that comes close to you?" He reaches up for her mask, and then kind of stops. "May I? I do not wish to lose my hand."
As you reach for her mask, there's a small surprise as you feel her hand grasp yours with a strength unexpected from her. Almost like a knee-jerk reaction. But as you're talking and as you're kind of seeking this permission to touch her the way you are and to reach for the mask, whatever guard you happened upon sort of slips, and she lets you past and allows for your hand to make contact with her mask. And there's a very small nod that comes from her. "Lucita now."
"Lucita?" He moves the mask up and pushes his own up on his forehead so that they can actually see each other. "The last time I saw you was at the banquet of my father. You were being Married off to God, would it? Certainly this is not God's work here, is it?
Her eyes kind of like lower for a moment, and then you realize you don't recall much of the night from there. And here you are again, standing before Lucita, having not seen her since that night in Naples.
Cousin.
I don't want you to take this as displeasure in seeing you. But why are you here? So far as to the very edge of Transylvania.
I could ask you the very same question.
Anatole interrupts this kind of tense and complicated moment with me. I'm why she is here. I'm Anatole. He introduces himself again.
Saif gives a smile and makes no further comment, but finds it charming.
You're traveling in the company of Cainites.
She nods. Such is the world of a magister.
Indeed it is. Might I ask whom your sire is?
Ambrosio Monsara. He is the one that did this to me. And you?
Appius Claudius Corvus.
The Roman.
Indeed, the very same. As I understand it, my sire and yours are not what I consider to be friendly terms.
Good thing we're an adventure and mere extensions of our sire's will. Who are your friends?
Zorion kind of blinks a few times, as if kind of throwing off a spell that had kind of kept him bound to this conversation with Lucita, and looks around. My coterie. May I have the pleasure of introducing Lady Catrinel of the Basarab.
Catrinel had made a short introduction before, but at this more formal one, she does dip her head. She had been carefully watching this interaction between Zorion and Lucita, tracking the mists of time passing between their eyes. She seems, in her own countenance, to be intrigued but patient, genuinely welcoming.
Also, Roland de Roncevaux, the famed tournament knight.
She offers Roland her hand.
Roland extends his own, brushes his lips against her knuckles in a bow. A pleasure to meet you.
His young ward of Clan Toreador, Saif.
Anatole makes an auto and she said, sorry.
Saif gives a nod. And she had given Anatole kind of a, dude, maintain.
He like moves over next to Saif and is very quiet, like, sorry.
It happens. I understand. It happens, I understand.
Roland's eyes are just now off of Lucita and are just tracking Anatole.
If you would like, you can hold my hand.
She does.
His hand is covered in dirt. like a little clump of it falls loose when you grasp his hand. He has not been digging with tools.
Saif's cool with dirt. She grew up in the woods. She misses dirt. But she will look to Lucita and give a nod. That level of, am I doing this right, sort of nod to another Lasombra.
And then finally, our wandering Helene, Alexios.
She offers her hands to Alexios.
I'll go over and do a bow. Just as good as Roland's was. Probably actually just copying that one. Performing the same nature. Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Officially, this is Lucita, formerly the Princess of Aragon, and my cousin. Apparently in more ways than one now.
Good to meet you.
An honor to meet you. You are the defenders of Tihuța Pass, yes?
Yes. And it seems if you would like to continue digging, I imagine we'd be welcoming to that.
You are not here on orders of Monsada, are you?
No. I imagine he is displeased by my absence. She kind of, gives this, smirk at the thought of it, cherishing every minor rebellion she can accomplish against her sire. And in this moment, it becomes very clear that her relationship with her sire is not like your relationship with yours.
Well, very well then. Then the last meeting that we had in Naples, you being gifted to God, that was all just machinations of the clan?
I was gifted to a corpulent devil, dressed in all of the finery of God. But the story that was told was not true. A deception.
What am I thinking? We will obviously talk more and catch up when we have accommodations that are proper to sit and discuss. Is there anything we can do to help you at the moment?
Why not, the group of you get settled, take an opportunity for rest, and Anatole here can explain what it is that he thinks he's going to find.
Out of curiosity, have either of you made acquaintance with a Nosferatu?
I have met Nosferatu. Who do you speak of? There's none here, if that's what you mean.
His name was Alexios.
The famed architect.
We'd heard he might be meeting us here.
It is to my understanding he has been traveling the countryside, visiting a number of places, but he has not arrived here as of yet.
Well, I'm actually wondering about that because, well, rather than digging through down to the structure, it'd make sense if a Nosferatu knew a secret way in. And maybe he's already in there waiting for us, not knowing we don't know where the secret entrance is. That could just be me fanciful thinking, though.
Anatole gives you a look and says, "Do not worry. We are going to find what is hidden here before Alexios does."
All right.
And what exactly is hidden here?
I do believe your cousin suggested that we take some time to recollect ourselves.
Of course.
I happen to like the suggestion.
Lucita does speak up. To my understanding, occult matters, but the exact nature is unclear. We'll find it when we find it, I suppose. If there's anything to find. She kind of gives this look to Anatole.
Fair enough. If you will excuse me, I must see to the men that are with me. I imagine many of them wish to depart after having concluded their contract to get me to Tihuța Pass.
Just as what was suggested, the group of you were given an opportunity to sort of walk the grounds, get a feel for the location that you will be working with for some time. You sort of overlook this pass down below where merchants will be traveling for the foreseeable future. And there are small settlements around the area, some farmlands that are maintained. There are mortals that exist here that would be falling under your control so long as you rule over Tihuța Pass. As the group of you are kind of making your way around, Zorion, you have gathered up your men. You are alone and making ready to go ahead and attend the meeting with them and have your conversation.
A small table has been set up, and on top of the table are two chests. One is what looks to be a normal paymaster's box that would be used to pay out to soldiers. The other one is far smaller, made from blackened wood, inked with what looks to be Arabic, and finely wrought, detailed metal fixtures. Zorion turns to the assembled men who traveled with him here to Tihuța Pass and gives them a warm smile. I thank you all for the endeavor that you have made to come this far. There has been quite a bit of danger along the way, but I am pleased with the effort. As such, Diego here is prepared to pay the sum promised to each and every one of you, plus a bonus for all of the excessive amounts of danger I have put you through. This will conclude our contract, but I wish to make any of those still interested in making money and fame and glory a chance to continue on with me in my service. If this is something you would be interested in, you may return to the caravans and we will discuss further employment under my banner. Those who are prepared to depart, after you have collected your sum, I have a final gift for each of you. He opens the small black chest, and it seems like shadow almost coils out of it like smoke. And he reaches to within and pulls out a small blackened coin. I promise you that this is in fact gold. You are each being paid in silver for this journey, but I will also be giving you this gold coin. I will tell you now that this is a special golden coin, for it has trapped within it a bit of shadow. And this shadow is special because it can hear things that you whisper to it. If you prick your finger and feed to this shadow a drop of your blood, it will awaken and listen to the things you will tell it. Then you will leave this coin out until the rays of the sun destroy the bindings upon it and release the shadow back to whence it came. And there it will whisper to my ear directly the things you have told it. I give this to you so that you may call upon me in the future for whatever you need. A boon I give to each of you for the service you have rendered to me. And I will endeavor to answer whatever call you give to me. Do not make this call lightly. You have all seen the circles in which I travel, and you must understand the weight that my answer carries. If you do not wish to make this call to me, simply leave the coin in the sun. Let the shadow return without words, and spend it. Buy whatever it is your heart desires. My final parting gift to those of you who do not wish to remain. My men Diego, Ambrose, and Dario will see to your departures. I look forward to those who will stay within my company. Thank you. And then Zorion departs, allowing his men to conduct the final payment and departure of the men.
As that gets handled by your men, give me a manipulation leadership roll to determine how much you have engendered loyalty from these individuals. It will decide what percentage of them stays. The way we're going to do it is every success you roll means 1 in 10 men remain.
I don't know if it helps at all, but I am deliberately not anywhere near these men.
Between the money and
being part of
the terror that is Roland, you will receive 2 bonus dice from the gold. You will lose 2 bonus dice from the monster Roland de Roncevaux.
I'm making myself not available right now.
Does my persuasion spec and manipulation come, or does my battlefield command and my leadership come?
I suppose either one. Pick which one you want, and that spec is applying.
We're looking at 5 successes.
Nice.
50% of the men will remain to continue service with you.
So these men were actually bought simply through resources. They're not actually a background on the sheet at all. Having traveled and being paid and all of this, could I then actually acquire a background in some kind of military force or something like that?
You may expend a permanent point of resources, and this is going to grant you military force 2. You have a 20 to 40 man group with some combat training, like guardsman level type work. You may also have a smaller group, if you prefer, that is better trained. So, like, if you would like, you can have a group of, 15 men that are full-on men-at-arms and able to throw down.
I think I would prefer to have the smaller group of men-at-arms.
Okay. So the men who believe they're up to the task of continuing to work with you and aren't, suffering nightmares caused by what they saw at the hands of de Roncevaux will remain to continue service.
And what is the background called again?
Military force. While Zorion is seeing to business, those of you who are kind of getting a feel for the land see these dark clouds roll in very quickly, and streaks of lightning cross the sky, and in the distance you can see these mudslides begin, and the land just sort of roils as if sick and angry. Catrinel, you sense an unholy power, and it reaches through the land, and it feels like long draconic fingers grazing along your skin, like a dragon of legend, petting and playing with its gold delicately. And you feel this thing reach through the spirit world and the very soul of the land and whisper to you on the winds.
Catrinel, speaker of spirits, I've watched you wander the lands in search of meaning, of freedom, of power. The Eastern Lords, the might they bring forth, will not be broken by the spirit workings as you know them. Your understanding of the deep, of true power, is lacking. But I will guide you. Rest now. For you, my students, have much to learn.
And the mudslides, and the lightning, and the torrential winds die down.
Catrinel lets out this sound somewhere between a yelp, a hiss, but also with more of a whimper than you've heard. Stumbling back towards you, Alexios, a hand extending into her savage hooked claws, as if trying to defend against something unseen, trying to sweep away some threat that you can't see, something that's leaving goosebumps like she's really being touched. And the idea that she can't sweep that away, that she can't protect herself, it's getting to her, clearly. Something is resonating inside her head, inside her mind, but her eyes scan that chaos on the horizon, wild and ready for a fight that she can't seem to fight.
As she stumbles towards him, he's going to move to grab her by the tops of her arms, but he's also noticing the claws coming out and is going to distinctly move himself around the back of her.
She is treating you like watching her back, like she's literally pressing her back to you.
I am making sure to get out of the general path of said claws, is what I'm making clear.
And the claws are pointed outwards,
Right.
Definitely not towards you. It's like she's readying to fight back to back with you.
What do you see? I can't see anything.
I hear Kupala talking to me.
What do you need? I'm a little bit out of my depth here.
Alexios, I feel it. I feel like it's... like I can feel the claws skimming across my own skin, and he wants to offer me power.
Well, then, that means he wants you for something.
Yes, and it's not going to be anything good.
Alexios, something odd happens. Catrinel's eyeballs become translucent, and you find yourself able to see inside her skull. And you feel it coming on again. Now you're becoming used to it. Your vision becomes a subtle haze, and whatever, let's call it blessings, the Malkavian twins bestowed upon you, begins to assert itself, and you are afflicted with a vision from the gods.
And at this point, she has moved to wrap her fingers around your wrists. Not her claws, but still rather close.
And you see a totem of sorts in the deep forests of a mountain. And you realize this totem is not carved from stone or wood, but of packs, plural, of lupines, melded together, howling and yipping and screaming in pain as their flesh is crafted into a vessel for ancient evil. Beside you, watching on with the head of a jackal, is a massive man, a god, a figure you recognize to be Anubis, and he warns you.
It is a source of evil, like that of Apophis. Be wary, Amun.
And Catrinel is in your arms again.
And the eyes that were once pallid are now that same sharp blood red, but still just as frantic. He can feel me, he can reach me, and he wants to teach something. He seems to welcome me and want me here.
He is a well of evil.
Yes.
You cannot take what he offers.
I don't intend to.
Well, then you must resist. What do you require?
Saeed has, as the winds gusted and the ground shook, likely stumbled and gone to the ground. But she looks to Catrinel and Alexios as they speak about when someone wants something for you that you don't want for yourself. And she looks at Catrinel. You fought for your own freedom. Don't let some weather-crafting asshole choose your path forward.
Catrinel, with her wild expression, the long black hair streaming out in the remainder of that terrible wind and, frankly, a bruising grip on Alexios that shouldn't hurt him as he's no mortal, but the stricken freeze that she's in. She turns her head to Saev, and frankly looking a little incredulous, but in the way that sort of breaks you out of a haze. Almost as if she wants to argue with you, but she doesn't actually desire to or choose to. She opens her mouth and closes it and relaxes her grip on Alexios. Almost an apologetic flicker of the hands as she realizes her claws are not close to his forearm.
Let Tengri be your guide, not fear.
Fear's not a guide. But I would do well to be afraid here. With that, she does right herself, smooth out her skirts a bit, casts glances to the landscape around her that still evoke the suspicion, the fear, the total understanding that there is something awful beneath the earth, something awful that knows her name and knows her presence. She doesn't really seem to know how to orient herself, especially with specifically what you're saying to her. But even just the act of saying something, putting words in her mouth to speak to you, it seems to be helping.
If it is asking to do things, then I cannot force it.
It seems to want me to want it. The lure of power that I otherwise could not reach. Claiming that I have not been able to find a path towards my true potential.
Whispers of power are always this way. Always wanting an in so that they can corrupt you from the inside.
I'm not willing to be like that. There's so many Smits that... And as she says, the next flicker of vulnerability and doubt come across her features for a few moments before she can shut it down. Already gone mad.
I believe it seeks to craft something new, to hold something powerful. It needs something from you.
It needs me as a Khaldun. It recognizes my magic and sees in me something of its own.
Then you are fully prepared. You know to say, to give it no ground.
With a gesture almost like she's shaking out her hand and like that nervous wringing motion, she slips those awful hooked claws back under her skin. I can only imagine that might happen more. Especially if I feel that we should allow Anatole and Lucita to do their digging. But I fear for what they might find if it's connected to that.
Do not fear it. It is something that must come to pass. I have received information that says that Anatole should continue his work.
Catrinel gives you an appraising look. When
we got here.
Then you believe that we can trust him enough to tell him of this?
I believe he knows much already.
We'll have to tell the others about this soon. Don't want another threat hanging over our heads.
You have made mention of it before. I do not see this being much of a surprise.
It was a surprise to me.
Well, direct contact was a new twist.
I don't think that this will be the only offer made. The only seduction planned.
It never is.
Let's at least find Roland.
Roland is actually walking up now, having brushed out his horse, overheard some of the context, if not the specifics of earlier. Not necessarily that you're asking for my opinion here, but I will say that though we have only known each other a short while, nothing of you says that you will take an easy path to power. If, for what it is worth, you are worried about a corruption in yourself, I have faith, misplaced or not, that you will be fine.
Catrinel's clearly been having feelings about Roland's activities lately. And as Roland says this, it's likely the first time since his latest frenzy that he has seen Catrinel's expression completely clear of that tension, of that understanding of the weight of his sins upon others. You become her companion again. And you see in that expression, you see recognition, appreciation. She says, I've sought so much to be able to take my own freedom, my own path. A threat to it is not something I welcome. I do my very best to remain difficult. So I appreciate you seeing that in me.
When she says that she does her very best to remain difficult, there is like a smirk that comes across Roland's face. D'accord. It is both infuriating and an admirable trait.
We all require a little sincerity, do we not?
If you say you will not fall, you will not fall.
Alexios takes this moment to, straighten out parts of the dress that might have got rumpled in the minor confrontation and dusts himself off. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting here.
Saeed manages to get to her feet and hobbles over and rejoins the group.
It's easier when it's a straightforward thing. And Catrinel offers to brush some dirt off of Saif.
It's fine, I've missed having it.
Little bit of a smile, a hint of a sharp fang, just poking over Catrinel's lip. It's a bit like what you're going through, I imagine. That darkness lingering over your head.
I don't know if it is.
Zorion comes shuffling up to the coterie. Is everything alright?
Yes.
No.
Roland is trying to be supportive, probably taking the wrong tact.
Catrinel is contradicting Roland, not in her usual, to have fun way, but she cuts herself off in the middle of that no, and kind of connecting eyes with Roland, and him saying yes, though she clearly does not agree with his assessment, does seem to, again, help bolster her mentality, and that seeing the people around her, each one of you, does seem to make her feel more protected.
He kind of looks up at the sky, down at the ground. These are Zmitzi lands, are they not?
They are, and I don't know if you heard of the mudslides announcing Cupola.
Is that what that was?
So they are not Zmitzi lands, then?
Well,
they are Cupola's lands.
I suppose that all depends on how the story ends.
I think we would all do well to remember that even when the victors write the history, spirits of the past will linger on regardless of the stories told.
Oh, then I imagine you all will have to At some point, when we've learned and fought more, tell a very brave story of my defiance of that which would seek to subsume me, or grant me great and terrible magics.
Is that what Kupala wants?
Certainly the offer that seems on the table, though I'm not certain if it's so much an offer as a promise.
So then this outward showing is how Kupala speaks to you.
I heard his voice.
Words.
Yes.
Him.
A touch upon my skin, like that of a dragon's claw, talon and scales, and no real way to get away from it.
Then when you cannot run, you fight.
Yes, well, that seemed to rather
Let us be...
rumple Alexios' clothing.
Let us be patient. This is a first contact of sorts. Keep an ear out for the words Kupala gives to you, and see how time changes them.
Whether he seeks to lure or to threaten.
We know nothing. I know nothing of this being. I have only learned... I have not even learned how to react to it. I have been warned, I suppose, that I should fear this thing. Let us learn more about it.
It wants to change me.
Does it?
That's what my sire said.
This is a being that has had dealings with a founder of your bloodline. Is it not?
Yes.
The games and machinations that beings of this caliber conduct in go deep. I would caution us against assuming anything about what its intent or desires actually are.
Your words are wise, and I seek to learn more of its plans, Orion, but for the moment I still feel it on my skin.
Don't get me wrong, I think it desires to use you, but I do not presume to know in what capacity.
I do have a question. Does a giant mound of lupines formed into a mass seem familiar to you at all?
Saeed kind of gives him a look.
Roland also gives him a like.
The
what?
entire coterie looks
the
at him.
look is the correct response, even from Catrinel.
Catrinel had been looking at Zorion, and as you refer to a mound of lupines, she swivels.
They seem to be shaped by the flesh magic. I am unsure if this is a thing that has happened in the past or the present or maybe the future.
Amongst the lupines, there was a group called the Shadow Lords, and they had once defeated Kupala at the cost of all the lives of those who fought. Now, what became of their bodies? Legends say that time does not erode them, that they do not rot or fade, become the earth itself. I don't know what specifically would have happened to them, if perhaps they fill some mass grave somewhere, but it would not be said that they still contain Kupala.
Fucking lupines.
These lupines were brave. They were fighting a threat, containing it.
Then it seems that I have seen the creation of the containment of Kupala, then.
Are you often given to visions, Alexios?
From time to time.
Is this why you trust this man, Anatole?
Yes, that is what happened. I had received a vision when we got here also. It seems that we are, or at least I am, to be along the same path. I didn't get a lot of instruction with that one either.
And Zorion, we can trust your cousin too with us?
I trust Lucita. I do not trust her sire. But I do not think she does either.
That seems like an understatement.
Do we have to like our sires?
No, some of us are just lucky.
Oui.
That being said, I dearly love my cousin. And regardless of how any of you may feel about her and Anatole, I would be incredibly displeased if any harm were to come to either of them.
As the group of you discuss, from the edge of the cliff, at the tower you have traveled so long to arrive to, you can see in the east beautiful shades of purple, pink, and deep, deep red as the first signs of dawn reveal themselves. And you realize that whatever still needs to be said will have to wait for dusk.
Shall we enter the castle and see where it is that we shall spend the day?
I don't see where we have much recourse.
Our first day together at Tihuța Pass.
What glorious surroundings we find ourselves in.
I like it.
I call top bunk.
Path of Night, War of Ages is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages podcast set in the world of darkness. Alexios is played by Tim Davis. Catrinel is played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Roland Roncevaux is played by Rob Muirhead. Sadhbh is played by Erika Webb. Zorion de Iruña is played by Garrett Gabbey. Your storyteller is Lex Lopez. The music used in this episode was Don't Look Back by DaniHaDani and Maya Belsitzman. Path of Night uses the 20th anniversary edition of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages with a few limited house rules. Vampire the Masquerade and the World of Darkness are owned by White Wolf and Paradox Interactive. Be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you find your podcast. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. Look for us on social media at Path of Night Podcast, or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time, Cainites.
Celebrations for Lent happen afterwards or before?
That might have changed historically.
After or before what?
Before Lent, there's no celebrations. After Lent, that's when you have typically have all of the celebrations of, like...
After Lent is Easter.
Yeah, after
So
Lent
that's
goes into
when
the Easter season, and that's the
Lent is this
celebration
period of
resurrection.
purification
Yes, but-
before.
Sure, but isn't there's always a celebration before?
It's
Not all-
Mardi Gras.
no.
Yeah, like when is Mardi Gras?
It
Before?
is before.
Okay.
Fat Tuesday comes before Ash Wednesday.
Perfect. Thank you.
I don't know when Fat Tuesday started as a thing, but
I'm gonna
fuck
take
it,
I'm gonna take some artistic
do it.
license here. That's
Yep.
fine.
Lentil fires.
Yeah. Your family could have
More
just had
France and Germany.
big ass fucking.
Look, Catholics just kind of do what they want. So, as long as the Pope's cool with it.
I'm gonna take a quick break just to look at like if there's any kind of like Mardi Gras celebrations in Naples. I should mention by name.
Shrove Tuesday. During Shrove Tide.
I feel like you're lying.
I'm looking it up right now.
Made that up.
During the liturgical season of Lent, some Christians abstain from the consumption of it's all abstinence during Lent. Most Christian denominations observe the tradition.
Carnival.
Carnival.
Prior to the 6th
Monday
century,
before Ash.
Lent was a carnival. Oh yeah, fucking. Of course.
Let's have it be
Shrove
fucking
just
carnival.
doesn't sound very grand.
Lent was normatively observed through the practice of the Black Fast, which enjoins fasting from food and liquids with the allowance of one vegetarian meal and water after sunset. Tradition of pancake breakfast during Shrove Tide, as well as that of pancake races, was itself this practice of using up the surplus eggs, milk, and butter prior to Lent.
Sounds-
But that's Slavic paganism roots.
I think I'm ready, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Italy, it's Carnival.
Yeah.
And you would have bumped into her there.
That's fun.